The second generation of the Corvette series, the Stingray Sport Coupe, which is definitely made and designed in 1963, folks. So, looks like for this custom race on Gran Turismo Sports. So, good thing that this is very good to get ready to have this for a hidden headlight style vehicle, because this might be very awesome for us to be able to drive the second generation Corvette again board. So, looks like once from standard vehicle to become a fully premium detailed vehicle in Gran Turismo 6. So this is very good to be able to race it in board. So looks like this is very excellent to be able to ride it in board. So looks like I'll be able to get started to take a good look for the settings board. So looks like the max horsepower is 359, the max torque is 352.2, weight is 3,042 pounds, and the drivetrain is the FR. And looks like this muscle car is an M400 vehicle, so it looks like this is very good to be able to drive that C2 Corvette inboard. So looks like the transmission gear also has 4 gears in it, and then once it's definitely might need to have something to add another one. A fully customized manual transmission will be able to add by one board, so that will make it much adjusted to go a little bit max speed boards. So this will also to give a little bit increase, because this will be able to get started to have 3 rounds boards. We are so excited to be able to use the second generation Corvette again boards after a long wait board for having this Corvette to be able to be raced in any other Gran Turismo game sports. So looks like this is going to be very good to be able to race in C board. Now this will be able to get started to race it in on the big Willow, folks, because this is very good for the American vehicles. So this is going to be quite very excited to take a good look for it. So looks like that classic old school interior style is definitely quite giving the retro style boards. So this will be a brilliant showcase view board, because that we also like hidden headlight vehicles boards. So this is definitely one of the most main vehicles in the Gran Turismo series, because the first appearance in Gran Turismo 1 was definitely used in the arcade mode, because that was quite very awesome to be able to have as a Class A vehicle board. So this is definitely very awesome for a single muscle car to be able to race with any JDM cars, and also Aston Martin and TBR, of course. So looks like I might be able to decide to go with 5 laps, and let's just gonna have it for a standard race to begin with for it. So I kind of think that this will be able to have an M400 race to begin with, because good thing that we also love Corvettes with any kinds of generation model sports. So this is the 3rd time to be able to arrive as part of the December 2018 update sports. So we're still waiting for the C4, the C5, and also the C6 Corvette is definitely coming in board, and especially the 1st generation as well boards. So looks like that's definitely a long wait until we might need to have more Corvettes to be in GT Sports, because this will be able to get in board. So looks like racing on Willow Springs at the big Willow, and then this will be very good to get started. So traction control will be able to be at 1. So looks like everything goes in by different American cars to be able to show boards. It looks like the 17th place is definitely using the same car as I using boards. So this is very perfect to get ready to go. Let this to have a classic race to get started for this C2 hidden headlights cars, and let's get started. So this is very good to be able to race it in with a 4-speed transmission. Now, good thing that this is a good interior style to be able to race it in, because this is quite very good to be able to race back in GT6 for the very first time, to have the fully detailed interior view to be quite very impressive for it. So same thing like the other muscle cars, because good thing that the Corvette is definitely the main popular car, of course, because this will be able to get everything a little bit max speed thanks to the 4-speed transmission to give it a little bit more adjustment for it, because this is going to get a little bit more extremely faster for it. So this will also to get a little differences on any specific handling style for it. So in the original Gran Turismo game, because Corvette C2 Stingray has a decal single stripe on the hood, because it also shows to be able to give a little bit specific color chosen to be by pig for it. So maybe for example that red, white, blue, yellow, and also green color, and also the black and the white. So it also has any kinds of specific type of colors with black and white sticker on the hood. So this is going to be quite very specific chosen by pig for it. So also appears in Gran Turismo 2 that the Corvette C2 Stingray is now here in the simulation mode, because it was quite very useful in the muscle car challenge, because this is definitely quite giving the good same colors like the ones in the arcade mode in GT1, because this is very good for the Corvette Stingray to have that kind of colors to be also appear for it. But this is maybe very cool to have any kinds of colors with black and white styles in it, because this is going to be giving a little bit more better to pick. And also, plus a race modification is definitely now eligible to be able to race for use for it. So this will be able to race and use in the Corvette Challenge in the manufacturer's event. But except for Gran Turismo 3, the Corvette Stingray C2 doesn't show, because it's also to be seen in Gran Turismo 4. So it also shows any kinds of standard colors without the black and white decal on the hood. So this is definitely remains as any of normal colors as well for it. So this is maybe became one of the classic popular, like any other Corvettes with no decals on it. So, looks like this is going to be good to be able to race again for it, because glad that I just picked the real springs to be able to race on the track. And also, as a variant design in Gran Turismo 6 was definitely included with one of the 15th anniversary edition cars, so this is definitely perfect for the C2 Stingray to be able to race it in for it. Now, looks like time to get a little bit past in. Wow, just definitely overtake the two Porsche 911 GT3 models, so looks like this is very impressive. And also looks like this is going to be very shown differences for us, because, well, originally that the Corvette C2 was definitely raced in the 1960s, the 24 Hours of Le Mans, marked as the LM race car, but which is definitely stated as a standard race car model. Also appeared in Gran Turismo 4 and Gran Turismo 6, so maybe it also becomes as a racing variant, because this is going to be an excellent good choice to be able to pick, just like became a historic race car. So this is very good for use in the historic racing car cup, only as a standard car, because this is very excited to have any kinds of different C2 styles of the Corvette. Is going to be one excited Chevy race-tastic event for it. Now, looks like I might be able to keep catching up to the last four cars, might be coming closer for it, because looks like their lap is on the way for it, because it looks like this is very faster and giving a little bit more impressive for it. But other appearances between the second generation Corvette was here in the movies. Well, I kind of think I just recently watched Fate in the Furious. That was definitely driven by Levy during the New York mission. Well, probably not racing it, definitely on the mission with the rest of Dom's crew. And also, Lil Nobody was actually in it, because he drives that Subaru BRC, because maybe you guys really watch that movie because it's very awesome for it. Okay, looks like almost there to be on top of the top three racers. Now it looks like getting a little bit chance to overtake the Ford GT40 Mark I. Oh yeah, speaking of which, because this is going to be a good, awesome challenge to be able to race with the Ford GT40. So this is very perfectly to be able to have one of the classic muscle cars to be able to race it in for it. Now, looks like BMW M4 and the Toyota SFR racing concept is definitely coming a little bit closer for it. Now, let's just gonna switch back onto the interior view because this is definitely cool, classic old school racing for it. Because just really love that nice interior style for it. Okay, so it looks like I'm on 3 second gap ahead because this is gonna get a little bit much closer for it before the final lap comes. Just gonna give that 4 speed, give it a little bit boost. Almost there. Ooh. Probably for that, I might be able to have that sport soft tire to be installed for it. It looks like getting a little bit closer, and this is gonna get extremely stronger to get a little bit more adjustments. Final lap is gonna be on its way. Because this C2 Stingray is about to get extremely little bit stronger to be able to catch up to the top 2 runners. Come on, just gonna get a little bit more. Ooh, looks like this is gonna get a little bit faster for it. Now, this is gonna get stronger for it, so maybe most other Corvette models with any transmission gears for it. So probably the C3 Stingray is definitely one of the generation models of the Corvette history. Now, looks like it's going to get a little bit closer to reach up to the Toyota SFR and the BMW, because the Corvette is going to be one step forward to be able to reach first place or nothing. Okay, just going to give it a little replay recording halt for a moment. Just get a little bit more speed to be increased. Come on. Well, unless that this definitely might need some a little bit extra juice to be able to keep it up for it. So looks like definitely that ends up in 3rd place. Well, that was a pretty good race for it. But so close to beat the BMW M4, so this is gonna get a little bit much harder next time for it. So pretty good to be able to race hard for the C2 Stingray. So look at it, because that was pretty awesome, fast going to beat any other cars for it. So the BMW M3 is on the 16th place, and that was quite very successful for it. So this will be able to have a rivalry for the next part for it. So looks like that was a pretty good earnings to be able to keep it up for it. So looks like that makes it a fine congruent mileage distance to be able to go work for it. Now, looks like that was a pretty awesome race. So looks like the next round is going to be quite giving a little bit much different for it. So this will be able to race it in on Blue Moon Bay Speedway to be on the infield course A. So this will be able to get a little bit more American racing fun to get excited for it. So this will be able to get a little bit much better if could be able to have a better tire compound type on sports. Will be able to go a little bit much more improved and a little bit faster to give it a little bit much push forward to be able to give it in for. Now, so this will be able to give it a little bit of second round to get more excited for it, but I got a better one for it. So this will be able to have a 5th gear with a fully customized transmission. Okay, so it looks like this is going to be good to be able to have a medium compound tires to get worked up. Now, race number 2 is going to be quite going in for it. So let's see how the 5-speed transmission could also get a little bit much quicker to be adjusted like the 4-speed transmission. Now, let's go and give it a little bit much more faster improvement, because this is going to give it a little bit of extra pace for a little bit. Okay, so definitely on the middle, right on the interior view shows the number of the time. It was definitely on the middle of the details viewport. So it also definitely giving a little bit more 24-hour time clock to be able to get a little bit more important save for it. So just gonna take a little stick around, check the time for it, only on different positions to be able to get shown. Okay, here we go, let's go, and then there's the BMW M3, and okay, so it looks like the BMW M4 just definitely joins in for it. I guess that this is going to be talking about the M generation to be able to get a little bit more excellent racing for it between the two BMW models, M3 and M4. Well, maybe able to be sticked around right at the moment for it. Okay, just gonna get a little bit more step forward for it. Just gonna give a little bit more overtake paces on the Mustang. And also one usual way for it, because that could be able to have the headlights and the taillights to be able to have it on the hazard lights for it. So this will also to give a little bit more caution whenever there's a penalty what's occurred for it. Now I'll just have to turn it off, and good thing that the hidden headlights might be able to flip up for it. So this is going to be one excellent to be able to give a nice look for it. Now only to see on the interior view, because it doesn't show the headlights, hidden headlights popped up for it. Okay, just gonna get a little bit closer for it, because I'm on the 9th place. Taking on the right turn and then goes on the blind corner to go on the left. Very good. Try to keep up. Ooh, looks like this is gonna get a little bit stronger for it. That'll be able to get the supercar muscle car. We'll be able to get a little bit more cool stuff to give some more adjustments for it. Better to have a much better horsepower to be able to be adjusted. So this will also reach the N400 limit to be able to go upwards. Okay, third lap is going to be on the middle part of it. This will have to get a little bit step closer to the Ford G240. Okay, step on that apex to go on the infield corner. So this is going to get a little bit better to be able to pick it up a notch, to be able to step it up a bit. So even unless I really hope that KTM Expo R really wants the Corvette C2 Stingray for having a challenge, so this will be one tough race to be able to get in for between any other stronger car to be able to be prepared for, because this is going to get everything worked up on the challenge. Now, working in onto the top 3 to be able to overtake them, Toyota SFR racing concept might be going to be quite coming further in, and then C2 enters the top 3, follow up in 3rd place. Now, I really guess that there's another BMW M4 was actually in it, because I kind of guess that 2 M4s in this race, because this is going to get a little bit challenging the Corvette, folks. So, looks like the 4th lap is going to get a little bit nearly there for this race, because looks like the Ferrari GTO is definitely in the lead. So let's just give it a little bit more classic race to give this 1963 sports car to give a little bit more overtake to beat the 1980 supercar. Will be getting a little bit closer for it, because I kind of say that the classic versus the retro car is going to be get in and get everything to it, take a little bit more successful runs to get more paces to be able to run up a bit. Okay, there's the GTO, currently in 1st place. Just let's get that Corvette C2 to be able to get in. And this is going to be quite very successful to reach first place for the US. Okay, almost there. Just going to take a little bit, few more mileage runs to go and take on that outside turn. Born to be wild, Corvette C2 takes the lead. So this is the perfect chance to be able to get in for the final lap of this race, because this is going to be quite very challenging set. It looks like the DTO looks getting a little bit excited for it, so this is going to get pretty top notch for a classic muscle car to get in for it, because it looks like supercars really always go for the win. And the muscle cars can also stay stronger with a total maximum of horsepower was definitely going to be packed up for it. Because this is going to get everything a little bit stronger for it. So looks like the Ford GT40 is coming in for it, because that Ford really wants to be in the top 3, because this is going to have to get a little bit closer to be able to have the Corvette C2 to be waiting for another American classic supercar to be in the top 2. And then here it goes. Looks like this is going to be a well-matched opportunity between the Ferrari GTO and the Ford GT40, because this is going to get everything ready up for an old-fashioned race of this decade. Time to go in for the final stretch. Hope this C2 Corvette is still got a lot of extra gear, because this will have to push forward to be able to reach the checkered flag. Pretty good to be able to have the LM race car from the 1960s 24 Hours of Le Mans. Just like having a good racing time sport. So this will be excellent to be able to have one of the classic ride sports, because first place is the 60s, second place is the 80s, and third place is the 60s model. So this is going to be excellent for a classic supercar of the moment for it, folks, because this is one successful classic clean race bonus for the win. Because this is very good to be able to have 50% bonus plus on the price credits and the experience for it, because this will be able to get in to do some more classic race to get everything done. Now, looks like this is very excited to be able to show some results for it, because good thing that this is very good to be able to see it, and the modern cars are really good performance to get a little bit of total time for it. Now, looks like this is the perfect time to get ready for the next course, because this will be able to go back in. Racing back on to Willow Springs is going to be on the streets, so this is going to have to take a big, more excited run for it, because this will have to get everything prepared for it. Because some say that American racetracks that's definitely going to be on the desert, so looks like we just definitely going to be prepared to be able to race on the Laguna Seca. But this is going to be quite very excited, because maybe you guys really want a Laguna Seca track that will be quite very excited to be able to race, just like the Gran Turismo 2 and any other racing games will be able to have it in for it. So, looks like the final race is going to be on the streets of Willow Springs, and then 5 laps is going to be quite very good to be able to see any other strong cars might be coming in for it. So this will be able to give it in one better chance to go in. Now, let's go and get ready for the final round for this race for the Corvette C2. Then, let's just go and give this for a little bit chance to be able to ride on the desert track. So pretty good for the C2 Corvette to have that can gold color. So this is going to be an excellent one for it. Now, this will be able to get a little bit better chance to have some much efficient handling for it. Can I say that the nostalgia supercars giving a little bit challenging time on the several gaps on it, and modern supercars are going to get a little bit more struggles to keep it up a bit. Better have some space because this is going to get a little bit tight race for it. Okay, this will get a little bit much deep in for it. It looks like that Ford F-150 Raptor comes in for this race for it. I hope that modern pickup truck really wants to give a little bit chance to be able to race it in. Now, let's just go and give it a little bit of push. Give it some extra horsepower, the strong engine, and the most motorized engine to be able to get everything much stronger for any other car of America. That's how muscle car favor fans really want the Corvette to give it a little bit of go and stronger up for the win for it. If this might be able to have a 5-speed transmission be installed, so this will give it a little bit much race to be a prop. Can gap seconds to be able to go a little bit closer because this is going to get everything stronger to be yet approached. Lamborghini Countach really wants to overtake the Ferrari GTO because it's going to get a little bit better chance of give it a little bit more classic race for the decade to be able to go forward for it. Porsche 911 GT3 2008 is definitely getting a little bit successful to be able to race with a Maserati. I say that these young racers with modern cars are really going to have to go for a little chance for it because the experts with the classic cars will be able to go forward to see how the expert was definitely made for it. Pretty nifty to be able to get a little bit tight worked up for it. Okay, there's that 512 BP Ferrari, because this is going to be one classic vehicle to be able to get closer in and then overtake. Just going to take a little tight shift up for it. Very good. So, looks like the other cars are definitely going far behind. So, looks like I might be able to go ahead to be able to push forward. Now, looks like third lap is going to be on the halfway mark. Because this is going to get a little bit much better to be able to push any kinds of strong compound types to be able to do it. Good thing that sports medium is definitely a good way to be able to push forward to be able to get everything worked up a bit. Get some handlings to be able to be improved for it, because classic sports cars is going to get everything worked up on the 1960s, because classic turns with grips, because this will also to get a little bit much better to take some of the epic parts for it. Okay, just going to get a little bit step forward, overtake inside. Oh, snap, this is going to get a technique to be able to get closer for it. Second gear might be going to give a little bit more efficient to be able to keep holding down the gear instead of one. Now, looks like this is going to be only one chance to go for it. BMW M4 and Toyota SR Racing concept is going to get a little bit harder to be able to push on for it, because this is going to get everything works stronger, because just like the ones from race number 1, because this is going to get a little bit chance to take a little rematch for it on a different track and the same location in the real springs. This will be able to get a little bit more technique to get everything worked up a bit. Better check on the rear tires, because when it's definitely shown on the red, because this will be the best way to be able to keep a little bit handling control. Now I'll be able to keep it in nice and carefully, because this is going to get everything a little bit more old school style for it. Woo! Looks like taking a little bit more riding in onto the west. Now, for the BMW M4, it's going to be one more car to take a little overtake chance until the final lap comes in for it. I'll just have to let the M4 to proceed to the last one, and then I'll get ready to go. Okay, 1 second gap to be able to catch up until when it's reached the final destination by the checkered flag. Just let's go and give it what I got. Okay, looks like almost there to get closer, because I'm just gonna have to take a little bit of small hillside line corners to be able to go yet approach to get in for it. That looks like this is gonna get a little bit more stronger because the BMW M4 doesn't take semi-stronger for it, because make way for the Class 8 Corvette Stingray from Gran Turismo 1, folks, because this is gonna get a little bit much stronger to be efficient approved. Okay, well, unfortunately that will be getting a little bit more worked up on that corner because one cone might be taking a little single hit. So this is going to be one very excited stronger for this one. Alright, here comes the last stretch. Then let's give it all in for it. Bring out that hidden headlights popped up, and then that was a one Corvette win. Yep, looks like this is one strong, awesome Corvette with a gear transmission on it. So this is very amazing to be able to have a 4-speed transmission by default. That will be able to go a little bit stronger to be able to have this race with the N300 car class categories for it. So looks like this is going to be quite very impressive to have these earnings to give it in. It looks like 60.4 miles is definitely quite well stacked up for it. So this is very amazing for it. So looks like the 3 rounds is finally finished. So this is going to be able to give a little bit more reward challenge to be setting up, and probably plus a photo scrapes will be able to give it in for a fine classic reward for giving the best classic vehicle of all time. Now let's just go and buy this performance blue color, and then this will be able to use it in on the library editor. So I kind of think that all the colors is finally checked on the blue because this is very good for now. So looks like this is very awesome for the C2 Corvette. But this is very good to be able to have everything set up for it. So looks like this is the perfect time to start making a Christmas photo. So this is going to be the good way to be able to have it in for it. Now, I guess that this is going to be a one awesome surprise to be able to be prepared for photo scenes to be able to show. But take a good look, you guys. This is very awesome with all these animated parts. Now, this is going to be a good choice to be able to have this headlights to be able to pop up. And this is going to have to get a little bit more excited to be able to show case to be in the holidays. Just gonna have to wait until the Happy Holidays title will be showed up, and yeah, looks like this is very good for this classic sports car. So this is gonna have to take it in for to have any kinds of photo shoot for it. So I kind of guess that photo shooting is. Wait, is that a cat? Aww, look at that cute cat. Definitely wants to be in part of the picture. That's very cute. So looks like this will be able to give a nice Corvette to be able to have this showcase viewport, because good thing that the perfect time for the holidays means the most wonderful time in the year. But don't worry, little key, I'll just have to put you in. So this will be able to have a nice gift. Now, looks like this will be able to have very good something else for it. But this will be able to have a very nice Christmas gift. We'll be able to give it in for it. Okay, looks like this is very awesome animated photo scene sports. So looks like this is very perfect. That Stingray in the year 1963 was definitely introduced, and now it's arriving to be returned to Gran Turismo Sport to be able to race again from Gran Turismo 6. So very awesome for the interior view, and also the white wall tire was actually in it for it. So this is very awesome to be able to have the C2 Corvette. So maybe we'll just have to sit back and wait for the update featuring the Corvette C6 CR1 model, and also any kinds of Corvette models, maybe like for the example, the first generation, the 4th generation, 5th generation, and the 6th generation Corvette will be able to have everything need for the up-to-date list on GT Sports. So looks like a whole lot of Corvette models will be able to have it in for it, plus also the race car version as well for it. So maybe everybody really wants any kinds of race car Corvettes, kind of like the CR1 C6 LM race car was definitely our favorite type for it. Now, looks like for the next trying out vehicle, so looks like I might be able to go with the Tesla Model S. So this is going to be a quite good signature performance for a single Tesla vehicle with an electric vehicle on it. So this is going to be able to get excited to have a nice silent engine for it. Well folks, glad that you really enjoyed this race. Thanks for watching. And before at the end of the segment, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. And also the links on the description below if you want to see more for it. So I'll be able to continuing on with the race on Gran Turismo Sport. And I'll see you guys next time. Keep on racing, stay cool.